everyone, this is Sandy Reese with Stampin' I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I am featuring a beautiful Thanksgiving card. We are going to be using the, what are these? Harvest dies in the Nature's Harvest bundle. I love these dies because they do not have to go with this, although they do, but it has great images that can be used separately as well. Then I'm going to be using another piece of the gorgeous Blackberry Beauty designer paper and the Banner Year stamp set. I love this one. It has lots of different sentiments, but I like it for today because it has Happy Thanksgiving, which is an American holiday, and we don't always get stamp sets that just specifically say Happy Thanksgiving. So when I get one, I hold on to it because I do like to give Thanksgiving cards out. Okay, so we are starting today with a cinnamon cider card base, which is just a half sheet of cardstock. All right, I'm using a piece of this Pretty Bird designer paper. The back has the blackberry or raspberry color. And what I've done is I've left my die in here, but I used one of my stitched rectangles and I'm just cutting a little window out of my paper. And then I've got this left over. I'm going to save that. That's going to go in my scrap box and I'll use it for a tag or something. Then I have a piece of, I should have a piece of gold somewhere that I seem to be missing. Okay, I'm going to look for that. A piece of Early Espresso here for a mat. This is going to go on top. And then these harvest dies also have this great long sentiment that we're going to stamp Happy Thanksgiving on. And I often will cut my words apart, which I did because last month I did a Happy Thanksgiving treat holder in class. So I'm just going to show you because on the treat holder, I wanted them like this because I was doing it on a circle. So just to put it back, all you do is stick it on the block and you meet up where you cut it apart and there you go. Good as new. Happy Thanksgiving. I don't have that on there straight. I think it'll be okay. And that's all you have to do. It's okay to cut your stamps apart if you need to. I do it often. All right, so I'm going to stamp Happy Thanksgiving with my Early Espresso ink pad. This is an older one. It's not the one that falls apart. I have that somewhere else. This is the older model as my backup. I do keep a few backups of certain colors because I use them a lot. And Early Espresso is one of those. Okay, let's stick this back in. Since it's cut into two small stamps, we don't want any accidents happening. We'll just stick that on there for now. All right, now I'm supposed to have a piece of gold foil that I cut, but I'm not sure what happened to it. Let me look in my box here. I don't know. All right, well, that seems to have disappeared, so let's just cut another one. I'm going to use this fun wheat. I call it wheat. It might be something else. I don't know. But to me, it reminds me of wheat. So let me grab a piece of gold foil. I think it'll fit on this. Big shot up here. Let's scooch this all out of the way. I just have to do a little die cutting. I had a strip of gold here in my scrap drawer. Okay, make sure it's all on the cutting platform. Let's go ahead and die cut this. Come out well, yeah, perfectly. Okay, set this aside. I usually try to die cut ahead of time so to save time, but sometimes, I don't know, things disappear. My heart punch disappeared earlier this week. Still haven't found that. I did check my trash and it's not in there, so it's got to be somewhere. All right, so what I want is my gold showing through my window. So I know it's going to be too long, so let's see where we need to trim it. Right below this bottom leaf, we're going to trim off a little bit with some scissors. We'll do it about there. I think that'll be okay. All right, I'm going to glue this to the brown. Let's check placement before we put any adhesive on there. This is going to go above. All right, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to use just a bit of our liquid glue, just very thin little bits. It doesn't take much to glue it down. And I'm not too worried about the bottom because that's going to be hidden. All right. I think hopefully that's where we need it. Let's put that there. You know, I think it needs to come down just a hair. Okay. That glue is going to dry clear. I get the extra off with my hands. Okay, that's good. All right, I'm going to glue this to the card front. And when I'm using Tombow on the back of this, it's very thin. It's not a real thick. I don't, do this and put a huge glob because that is not going to do anybody any good. It's a very thin coating because this glue is so strong. That's all you need. And it will last a long time. Okay. So I've got that glued down. I'm going to pop up this window. And let's see. I think I have some larger dimensionals. I'm going to do one on each corner. 3, 4. And then I think I'm going to do one right in the middle here. That kind of will support that. And then I might do just a little one on this side. Just because this is designer paper, so it's a little more lightweight than a cardstock. Okay, now we have to peel all the backings off. That's the worst. Okay. For a minute, I thought my birds were upside down. Almost panicked. What? Make sure when you have directional paper that it's always going the right way, because, that could be bad. All right, so what I want to do with my sentiment here, I'm going to have it go under. I'm going to trim just a little bit off of this end. And I'm going to use one dimensional to kind of support it because I want it at the level of the designer paper. I'm going to slide it under. A little Happy Thanksgiving right there. And then I'm going to put just a teeny bit of glue here just to hold it in place. So it's kind of popped up on my window but glued flat right here. Then I left a little bit of room because I want to put some of our gold trim around there. Gold trim. There it is. And tie just a little bow under here. Sometimes it's easier to put stuff down and just leave room to wrap it around than tying it before I stick it down, because this way it's anchored, so it's like a third hand. The weight of the card kind of helps hold it in place. All right, let's see. Okay, the ribbon is a little bit slick, so you want to make sure you get a nice tight knot on there when you do it. Just don't tear your paper. Now I'm going to add a couple of Gilded Gems. Whoops, that's not supposed to be in there. I'm going to do a large and a small one. Okay, I'm going to put these, I'm going to put them on the lower level so they're not really popping up too far. Wow, those are just flying everywhere, aren't they? Look how pretty and sparkly that is. What a pretty Thanksgiving card. I'm going to make several of these. You can get 6 pieces out of a sheet for your card front. Plus, then you're also going to have a bunch of these, and these are the stitched rectangles, so they're stitched on the inside and the outside. So it's a beautiful, you could make another card with this. Look, we could put this on here. We could do a beautiful sentiment, add a little early espresso behind it. Lots of pretty things you could do. You could even stick it on the inside if you want. No, I don't like that. Don't put it on the inside. Save it for something better. All right, that is it for today. Make sure to use the November host code listed below. I'll send you 3 gorgeous black and white Christmas cards that you can stamp and put together at home. And I will see you all on Monday. All right, bye-bye.